Hello, my children, and welcome to Deluxe Public Radio, hosted by BeBe Deluxe, a weekly podcast where I talk about it. And I'm going to keep on talking about it, so let's get into it. Babies, my shield rain. It is the second week of Pride Month. Yes! Are we sick of it? Yes! Oh no, we love Pride, trust, but it is hot as hell. I'm going to tell you right now that the middle of June is the great equalizer. No one is sexy in the middle of June. Everyone is muggy. It's that lovely hot rain outside, making everything frizzy. Not me, of course. All I did was jump out of the shower, throw it in a rag, pile it on top of my head like some kind of French Parisian beach cruising harlot. So I got a couple of chaotic things to talk about. It has been one doozy of a week here in dirty Duval County. Here is one situation. Oop, redacted, can't talk about it. Ooh, here's the second situation. Redacted, can't talk about it. But what I can talk about is my crazy, stupid, chaotic friend group. And the core of that core group is a group of lovely individuals that I call those girls that like to fight. And most of them live in their own complex that we like to call Crossy Corner. And that would include my very good Judy's, Giovanni, and occasionally his boyfriend Zeta. And then right across the hall would be Amanda and her lovely senior cat. And then if you go across the courtyard, you've got Madam Platinum living with her lovely boyfriend half of the time, Thomas. He doesn't live there all the time. Don't check the lease. And then right across from there is everyone's favorite grand auntie, Noxzema Deluxe Todd, and her lovely, beautiful kitten, Calliope. They've all got their own cats, and we love that. We think that's beautiful. However, the baddest bitches in the friend group, girls that like to fight, live off campus of Crossy Corner. And I am, of course, referring to one Tiana LaFierce cliche. The reason I have given y'all this much of a build-up is I have to let you know that I absolutely love my friends. They're insane. They're going to kill one another every single day. Everyone in there has some kind of IEP, cluster B disorder. Everyone exhibits lots of antisocial behavior. And the other day I received this text message from one Tiana LaFierce cliche that reads, "What is a slur for non-binary people?" Now, before a single one of y'all get your pitchforks, you have to understand that Tiana came from a place of love. She's hosting a queer prom, and she wants to make sure that she's using the proper language, and she wants to make sure that she's avoiding certain terms, and she wants to make sure that she's being gentle and delicate. It was not in malice. She wasn't trying to get a backlog of things to call people. She just simply texted, "What's a slur for non-binary people?" So, I had to think about it. And to be honest with you, I couldn't come up with a single slur for non-binary people. So y'all can put the pitchforks down, blue hairs. Oh, there's one. Okay, so I love non-binary people. My daughter Mars is non-binary. I know many non-binary people. I think they're absolutely lovely. But I could not think of a single slur for any of them. So I'm going to encourage all of my lovely non-binary mentally ill followers who are just as fucked on this universe as I am to sound off in the comments. What are your favorite non-binary slurs? This Pride Month, I'm teaming up with Lockheed Martin to come up with new slurs for non-binaries. I think that the only non-binary slur I could come up with is sock. And the girls were plucked. They didn't really know what sock meant. They were not impressed with sock. They didn't like sock. They rolled their eyes at sock. They didn't feel like sock was an adequate slur for non-binary people. And then they asked me to explain it because apparently I'm like Miss Etymology Diva. So I want to say the reason people started calling non-binary people sock is that there was a meme online that was like, Sock said that when you asked them to wash the dishes, it was an act of violence. And we all laughed because, non-binary people, the rules of transgender names are as follows. If you are a trans femme, you pick an old lady name. Mine is Beatrice Bernadette. I know several trans women who choose names like Gladys and Agnes. Now, trans masculines love any normal name. Just throw a Y in there. Just put a Y in there, maybe even a Z. Just have fun with the vowels. Now, a non-binary name would be probably just an object or a Pokemon or something. I know that like some of them prefer to be called like doorknob, locket, socket, sock. And that's their business. I knew somebody by the name Glove. I'm not even kidding. I knew somebody and said, hi, my name is Glove. And I said, how do you spell it? And they said, like the thing you wear on your hand. And I was like, well, is that a family name? And they were like, I feel very invasive about you asking me that question. I was like, oh, got it. That's just like a non-binary name. Work. Fierce, Tina. Okay, so I don't have any slurs for non-binary people. I don't have the desire to call non-binary people slurs. I do love the F slur, and I do love the T slur, and I do love the D slur. I came up with a slur for bisexual people called baggot, which I think is great. But I don't have any slurs for the non-binaries, and I really want to be inclusive this Pride season. So if any of my non-binary viewers are plucked that I don't know how to insult you, please educate me and tell me how. I love y'all down. Mommy loves each and every one of you, theys and thems. Also, in the text message, I believe that Tiana said, are there slurs for they, thems? I don't even think she got to non-binary, but she's trying. She's a 29-year-old woman, but spiritually, she's about 68. She loves Shonda Rhimes. So I educate my friend group as much as I can about what slurs you can not use for non-binary people, which is sock. But I think that that's kind of like a friendly term of endearment at the end of the day. So, my lovely friend Giovanni Cliche misheard sock and misremembered it as pocket. So Giovanni has started referring to us in the group chat as pocket. And this is actually like a really, really specific, nuanced thing we're going to talk about. I'm not going to give you any kind of like details about who this person is, how we know this person. None of that matters. In Trump's first election, they were 19. And they lived in a, like a rural upbringing town. They had a very small circle of people, and everybody they knew was extremely conservative. So in their very first election when they were 19, they unfortunately voted for Trump. In the time since, they have not voted for Trump again. They have changed their affiliation. They've come out of the closet. They've entirely changed their life. And I think it is time that we understand that 2016 was a decade ago. And while I have my own feelings about all of that, if people have actively made change in the last 10 years and recognized that there was something really fucky going on, I don't really think it's in our best interest to shame those people when they're showing that they've completely like altered their entire worldview. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Pitchfork the house down. But like, now if you vote for Mayor McMethshits 3 times, then honestly, I don't really know how to help you at that point. It's giving can't consent because they just don't fathom. About how I was going to respond for a second, just because, I probably maybe a decade ago would have had a really intense, polarizing opinion about that. And now I just kind of feel like we're all victim to political manipulation everywhere. And the story that I brought up was that when I was 18 years old, fresh out of high school, my first election was Barack Obama, and at the time, I had a framed poster of Barack Obama next to my front door that I like borderline worshipped. I would like kiss it on the cheek before I left, and I would kiss it on the cheek when I came home. And when I had a difficult question in my life, I would defer to my Barack Obama poster, and that is so cringe. And I'm not here to debate that. But I am going to say that an 18-year-old borderline worshiping a president-elect and kissing it on the cheek and kissing a poster on the cheek and, treating him like he was some deity is deeply creepy and weird. And it's cult-like. And I would wager that when they start getting you geared up to register to vote as a teenager, they're already like pushing you to buy into this cult. Are you buying into the red cult? Are you buying into the blue cult? And then they started introducing the green cult and the fucking gold cult. I'm going to assume that the libertarians want to be gold because they love money. But I've since learned that all of that shit, like, I don't even think an end to bipartisanship is going to solve the problem. I do think that the political machine is a cult, every which way of it. It's professional wrestling. They basically just, they put the good guy on TV and you play trumpets behind him, and you put the bad guy on TV and you play the rock and roll music, and everybody roots for the bad guy because fuck those good guys anyway, am I right? And then they're like, biting on blood packs and throwing chairs at each other. But then several hours later, when the cameras are off, they're having beers together because they both get paid by the same guy. That is American politics. I would wager that's probably politics everywhere else. So I'm fully of the belief that when you're 19 years old, like, high key, your brain ain't even fully all that developed yet. And I'm not saying that your decisions don't have major consequences, but you can grow and change from when you're 18. And then Giovanni responds to the message of me saying that I used to have a poster of Barack Obama on my door that I'd kiss on the cheek with, "Oh, so you're a pocket." Bitch, I've never been more stressed out in my life. I did not know what pocket meant. I was like, did I somehow miss some sort of cultural thing? Am I getting old? Am I finally out of touch? What the fuck is pocket? This bitch had me looking up on Urban Dictionary what the fuck a pocket is. Couldn't figure it out what Gio meant by pocket, and then I asked, "What's pocket?" And he didn't respond. So I spent about 24 fucking hours trying to think, what the fuck did Giovanni mean by calling me a pocket for kissing my poster of Barack Obama when I was 19? So I asked him, and I was like, "Miss Girl, I've been like looking up and down." I was like, "Is this a song lyric I don't know about? Is this some kind of cultural thing? Is it a TikTok thing? What the fuck is pocket?" And the bitch goes, "Pocket, like non-binary people. We know what you said the slur was?" Bitch. I came up with a whole definition in my head of what pocket meant. I thought pocket was referring to when you're in prison, that the big man pull his pocket out of there and then someone else holds on to it. And the person that holds on to it is the pocket because they're simping. I thought that he meant that pocket was another word for simp. So I'm sitting up in here trying to be cool, like, and I'm using pocket, like, "Oh yeah, oh girl, that's pocket behavior. Oh, girl, that's a pocket bitch. I hate me a pocket ass bitch." And then I'm talking to Gio and I realize, not I just created a new fucking term out of my friend being ignorant as fuck, because my other friend was ignorant as fuck. And we was all just getting in this group chat ignorant as fuck. So all you need to know is, every group of successful booked entertainers, drag entertainers in your city, I don't give a damn if you're from Jacksonville, fucking Florida, San Francisco, California, Columbus, Ohio, New York City, Brooklyn, Ridgewood, Bushwick, Chicago. I don't give a damn if you in Antarctica. If there is a group of girls working every weekend at the gay bars, putting on lashes and glitter, I promise you they got a group chat where everyone's ignorant as fuck. I promise you they got a group chat where everyone's ignorant as fuck. If you can't have friends who are a little fucked up in the head, what can you have? We as gay people, okay, we get to choose the terrible people we spend our time with, and that is something beautiful to celebrate. Speaking of horrible, awful people, I love my terrible, awful gay friends. They're all gay, and this is my last year being LGBT. After this year, I'm going to be an ally, and then the year after that, I'm going to be an op. Okay, so I got a message on Facebook about about a week before Pride started, and I was very nervous, because anytime I get messages from Facebooks that look very conservative during Pride Month, trying to get information out of me, I'm reminded of all the times that conservatives have reached out to me with bad intentions, to embarrass, to humiliate, to create groomer situations. And I'm going to say that, like, once a group of conservatives use your image to sell their narrative about gay people and drag queens being pedophiles, you kind of never actually forget that that's a possibility. Anyway, I got a message from this guy, and he it's not just that he was giving off like Republican vibes. Like, he literally had a picture, and it was like, it's not just I voted for Trump. It's not just I'm a conservative. This is the third time I've voted for Mayor McMeth shit to run the country. And I found out all the stuff about Epstein, and I found out all the stuff about, Illuminati Island and every single terrible fucking thing he's done. And I have witnessed how awful this regime is towards gay and trans people for years. And I just truly don't give a fuck. So he had sent me a message because he was wanting to do an event, like a pride event. So my hackles are like immediately up. I'm like, oh my fucking God, here we go again. It's almost June, and I got another fucking conservative in my inbox who want to start some shit with me and make it seem like it's an opportunity. Like, this has literally happened where people offer me to do an interview. They offer me to do an appearance somewhere. They offer me this, that, and the third. And it's a setup. It's a trap. And I can spot it from a mile away. That's what I assumed this guy was, because one finger swipe. He had like literally like opened his page, looked at it, went like that, and there was a picture of Donald Trump that said, "My pronouns are my fucking president." I was saying last week about how every once in a while, an intellectually disabled Facebook user who voted for Trump will say something so fucking funny that I'm like, you ate that. I have reached the point of brain rot that my pronouns are my fucking president is actually hilarious to me. Congratulations. I don't know if that was y'all's intention. I don't know if y'all wanted me to feel bad, feel shame, feel embarrassment, feel anger, be rage baited. All I think when I see y'all doing these same 5 jokes is how fucking funny it is. Y'all are so amused. It's like, do you remember a couple of years ago when white moms on Facebook discovered Bye Felicia? Oh my God, I was working in the worst gay bar back then, and like, I have a lot of affectionate feelings about Metro Entertainment Complex now, but back in the day, bitch, I'll wake it up. It was a zoo for straight people. Bitch, I'll say it. They were assholes. And they said just terrible, awful, transphobic things all the time that they thought were okay because they were Republicans. Bet y'all didn't know that. And so, like Republicans who voted for Trump that own gay bars. Imagine. I can think of one in Jacksonville. I'll let you guess. It's not Hardwicks. It's not Tallulah. So, woo, that was messy. You're going to have to watch the podcast to hear that one. I'm not posting that on the main. So the guy messages me, and it starts off, I'm looking to do an event. I'm looking for some drag queens. You don't know me, but you seem professional, so I figured I'd hit you up. And he tells me that he wants to do some kind of event with drag queens, and he's way out of his element. And he needs help, and he hit me up because I look professional and connected and all this kind of stuff. Like, yeah, you looked in the phone book at drag queen and you saw BeBe Deluxe. So I just say to him, because my hackles are up and I think he's going to fucking do something shady. I was like, hey, you need to be really specific about what you want from me. And then he tells me the first Saturday in June is this huge Pride Fest and parade in Fernandina, and that there's a really nice upscale venue that he knows the owner of. And he wants to throw a Pride after party there, and that it would be a very lucrative opportunity for me if I could like gather a couple of girls and help produce an event there. And I just I really didn't have no time for no nonsense with him, so I just screenshot the picture of Trump from his profile. I said, hey, why is this on your profile? I really like your intentions of having, I'm just curious why you would have this specific thing about my pronouns are my fucking president. And you'd have any interest in not just even like passively attending a Pride Fest party. You want to like produce one and profit off of it. And I'm just curious like what your intentions are because of that. And this man threw such a long paragraph fit in my DMs because I even asked him like, motherfucker, you know, it is the like, Pretending like you don't understand why gay people don't fuck with you and why trans people don't fuck with you because you vote for Trump. What the hell is going on with y'all? I swear to God, I wish y'all had the balls to just be like, I don't like gay people. I think they're annoying and they gross me out. I say it 10 times a day and I fucking love gay people. I wish you pussies would stop pretending like you like gay people and just be real. Because the man hit me with, it was like there were a couple of things about it I didn't fucking care for. When he messaged me, he said, well, I'm way out of my element here. Like he sent an emoji. The emoji is the only time I felt rage baited because I wanted to reach through that fucking screen and let Pop Pop have it just based on that emoji. Bitch, what's funny about you not having experience with drag? Why is that funny to me? Why is that funny to me that you know nothing about this business? I'm not even going to say art form. This business that I have attended to that pays me for the last 20 fucking years. Why is it funny that you know nothing about it? Yet you're trying to get involved. Anyway, he keeps talking, and I really don't give a fuck at this point. I'm being so for real with y'all. I'm not even trying to PR speak. I'm not trying to talk nicely because I'm hired and I work in customer service like I usually do. Because I do work in customer service. Bar, nightlife, drag, DJing. Getting people to come to an event and pay money is customer service. So I actually do need to watch what I say sometimes. But I'm not being nice to... I don't give a fuck if this man... Because they tell you like, oh, well, that could be your dad. Or, oh, that could be your mom. And we need to have compassion. I don't give a fuck if this man's nice to everybody else. He's a piece of shit in the voting booth. Over and over and over again. And he's a piece of shit in my DMs. I'm sorry. I'm getting away from the fucking point and I keep losing my breadcrumbs. But basically the guy messages me asking, I haven't promoted an event. I used to be a promoter and I haven't promoted an event in over 26 years. I know dick all about drag. I know dick all about the gay community. But I would like you to help me make lots and lots of money on y'all's behalf during the month of June. And I can cut a little off the side for you. Bitch, the fuck is this? So this is like the root of why I let this man have it is because my whole career as a woman has been some man, and he doesn't always have to be straight. He can be like a gay guy, but it's always some kind of like straight socialized man. It's never like a girl pulling this shit with me. It's always like oh, I'm a bad gay. I don't watch Drag Race kind of gay that pulls this, but like straight guys too. I call those straight gays. So, it's always like a straight guy or straight gay coming up to me and being like, hey, whoa, you know what you're doing is actually really fucking cool, man. It's really fucking cool. Do you know how cool what you're doing is? Hey, have you ever thought about, like, making more money? Have you ever thought about making this bigger? Hey, why aren't you doing blah, 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 blah? Hey, how come, well, you know, if you worked with me, if we worked together, I bet I could get you into places you've never been before. We could make a lot of money. Y'all sit up in here thinking you found a diamond in the rough. Y'all will come to a fucking show that I'm in, that people paid to see me at, that people paid their good old 2026 $15 to come see me at. And I'm grateful for that. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I am so grateful to have what I have. It is not a birthright to get in front of a room full of people with a microphone and have them give you $15. It is not a birthright to put a microphone, plug it into your computer, plug it into your phone, put in 2 ring lights, put it on YouTube and put it on podcasts and have people listen. None of this shit is a birthright. Nothing I do for a living is owed to me, bitch. I could work at Costco. But I decided this was the art form that I needed. And y'all motherfuckers will look at me with big ass followings, posts full of engagement, everybody talking about me will tell me directly, everybody I asked sent me to you, or you'll come into a venue where I'm at and it's full of motherfuckers who paid to see me and you will still think I'm some unique, unfound treasure that you can show off to your straight buddies and make money off of. Here's what you can do. You can give me money, shut the fuck up, and go wait in the car. That will be so lucrative for me because I will have money, and it will be lucrative for you because I will not put my fucking foot up your ass. And I'll do it verbally. And I won't do it verbally to encourage you to hit me. But I know y'all are really bad with your fucking feelings. And I know when someone is at least the shape of a woman telling you what to do, y'all fucking lose it. And I also know that y'all just can't fathom a woman might know something before you do. So y'all eventually get to a place, because I've done this a lot. See, here's the thing. I work in this gas station, and I know where the fucking Misty Slims are, because motherfuckers like you come in looking for them every day. So here's your Misty Slim, bitch, double wide. At the end of the fucking day, Vivian Panay, I can handle my emotions and my strength better than you, because I've like literally spent my whole life having to like check my emotions at the door to survive. Y'all motherfuckers got wives that ignore you. Y'all motherfuckers got daughters that go, that's daddy. Y'all have nothing but women in your life who just don't even bother to tell you about yourselves. You got men in your lives that ain't gonna say nothing to it because they're not examining themselves. So you live in this unfortunate little isolated bubble where you think it's a good idea, as you are 26 years out of retirement doing this kind of work, to hit my hardworking transsexual ass up to help you make a little bit of coin off the dolls and the FAGs? Suffer! So I more or less just tell the guy, when I find out, his basic thing is, I say like, well, why is this on here? He's like, oh, well, I'm a little taken aback because I've never had this discussion before, and I don't know what me being a Republican has to do with anything. In fact, back in 1999, I promoted a huge event at Backstreets with so-and-so and blah, 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 and the club owner said that I made more money than they would have done themselves. Blah, blah, blah. So in 1999, my good bitch, pre 9/11, you had one hot night with cash, pre-iPhone, at Backstreets in Atlanta, a club that don't exist no more. And you want to come over to my good transsexual Facebook page, send me a notice talking about, hey, dumbass, it doesn't matter if I voted for Epstein's traffic buddy 3 times in a row. It doesn't matter if Meth Shit McGee is my profile picture. You will never in your life fucking see $300 at a gig, so you must work with me. Bitch, fuck off. So I'm not even being nice to these people anymore. I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt. I'm not holding their fucking hand. I'm not doing none of this shit. I'm just gonna be nasty to you. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck if it's rude. I don't give a fuck if that's someone's dad or grandpa, bitch. Leave me alone. Stay out your fucking DMs. I don't bring up the damn Trump stuff if I don't have to, because I don't like to define my whole life based on what I don't like and what doesn't like me. I define my life off of good shit. And unfortunately, y'all get up in there and y'all like Meth Shit McGee, so y'all sit in your motherfucking computer chairs funking it the fucking up, not understanding why don't nobody want to talk to you anymore. Don't understand why your daughter with green hair and a ring in her nose like a bull don't want to talk to you no more. You don't know why everybody walks away from you because you've been in the meth shit house too long and it don't smell funky to you. I remember one time Tim Gunn said about design, it's like the monkey house. When you first walk into the monkey house, you are hit by the smell of monkey shit. He didn't say monkey shit, he's Tim Gunn. But when you first walk into the monkey house at the zoo, that monkey shit hits you right away. You're like, whoo, God, that smell like monkey shit. But if you're in that monkey house for about 6 minutes, shit don't smell like nothing. And then when people walk in and they smell the monkey shit, after a while, you're like, why is everybody making that face when they walk in? I don't understand, because you forgot the monkey shit smelled like that. And you didn't get to see what your face looked like when you first saw the monkey shit, but y'all did it. And I keep calling him meth shits because I don't know if y'all know this. The man chews British Sudafed all fucking day, and that's basically methamphetamine, and methamphetamine makes you shit. And that's why every single dignitary you see behind his ass is like, because the man smell like shit. And y'all voted for Shitty Diaper Man because and he hit me with this one. I think this is the most pussy ass bullshit you could say to a motherfucker in 26. Oh, I'm a fiscal conservative and I'm socially left and I'll leave it at that. Girl, fuck off. Don't hit me with none of that, bitch. I want to know your definition of fiscal conservatism. I want to know how that works out for you. And I want to know how you make peace with it. And I'm sorry that no one has ever taken the time today to question you on this shit, but you came up in here asking me how I could help you. So I told the man, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Jesus. I'm so sorry, God. I'm so sorry, Mary, and all 19 of my mentally ill drag children. Let me get back to the point. So basically, I just told him because I didn't want to hear nothing. He's like, well, I don't owe you an explanation, blah, 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 blah. And he sends me this long thing about how he's actually a nice guy and I'm just overreacting. I don't give a fuck. I just said, it'll be $1,500 because he's like, if you don't think you could do it, we could just move on. I said, it'll be $1,500 for my consultation. And if you can't afford it, then you can't afford it. He's like, well, that's not how that works. And I was like, that's okay. I don't really actually feel like making a deal with you because you voted for Epstein's traffic buddy. And he said, oh, so you're not professional. Got it. I said, if being professional is voting for Mayor McMeth shit 3 times, then baby, I will be an amateur my whole fucking life. I really don't give a damn. Thank you, then you don't want to work with me. And this man continues to send me long paragraphs talking about, boy, I tell you what, you don't know me, and blah, 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 and I've known gay people, and gay people used to be tolerant, and y'all are so offended these days. Just the whole thing he want to say to his daughter that don't talk to him, so he gonna say it to me. And I just said, you just called me boy, you transphobic, wrinkly mushroom. Baby boy, we don't do that. And then he was like, what? I don't even know what that threw me. I'm from the South. You're young. You know, I'm 36, mind you. You're young. You don't know about how people talk. And I say boy all the time. And I apologize if that hurts your feelings. And I said, that's not an apology, dribble dick. Nice try. And because I'm not entertaining you. I'm not getting in a back and forth with you. You can listen to the podcast and you can do it. But I don't give a damn. I'm not giving you the dignity of a well thought out answer. I am straight up neener these bitches until I die. So, yeah, then he's like, he tells me that never mind, I don't need to apologize for that. I don't know why I apologized for that in the first place. I don't know. Like, clearly I struck a nerve. And I don't give a fuck if the guy didn't go low. I don't give a fuck if the guy insulted me, because do y'all know what he said to me? He told me that I was getting in the way of a good deal and that I was foolish. That I was foolish to turn down his offer because I could get 75% of a door on a $35 ticket in a luxury upscale resort island with more money than God. Actual words was more money than God. And that I could have filthy rich gays just load me with tips all night. And I just said, hey, at first I thought you were some kind of like fucking perverted chair sniffer who wanted to get close to the dolls. And now I'm starting to think you just have a crush on me. And then he stopped talking to me. Thank God. Cause I don't like when they keep stretching it out. I'll start quoting the Bible at them. They get all freaked out. Anyway, and they should, protect the dolls, protect you from the dolls. How about that? I understand we're trying to make ourselves look not violent. We're trying to like rehab our image to be non-violent, non-sexual, squeaky clean, genital-less, sheepish, meekish little T-girls that don't ever fight anybody and are totally okay when you vote against our rights. And like, you know, hey, we're actually fine with you calling us men. We're totally fine with you inciting violence on us because your attraction to us says something awful about you to yourself in your head that has nothing to do with me. Right? We're supposed to do that. Well, unfortunately, I don't do all that. And I've been through lots of therapy. I've been taking Moans for a really long time. I don't use substances anymore. So this might be as good as it's going to get. I think I'm going to be this much of a bitch to y'all for the rest of my life because I was more of a bitch 10 years ago. And now I'm a little bit nicer. And I think this might be as nice as I get. So I let it go, but I did wait a couple of weeks and I waited until the event was done. I actually did the work of consultation to see like what kind of millions this guy was going to provide for me. So let's see. I'm going to note this by saying charging anything for a pride event, personal morality aside, as a turnoff even for your wealthiest clientele. But say in good faith, we managed to get some people. Let's do some math. $35 a ticket, 2 weeks from show day. So I need a flyer. One for print, one for stories, one for the grid. Assuming I donate my graphic design, which is very generous of me, there will be 25 11 by 17 80-pound paperweight posters at $2.62 each, $65.50. A $35 event cannot thrive without a meta ad, I'm so sorry to say. So I'm thinking $20 a day for 2 weeks, $280. So overhead so far is $345. Okay, so we have spent $345 and likely about 2 days of labor, which I'm waiving because let's just assume I'm feeling the spirit of pride with my new best friend, somebody's dad from Fernandina. We now have 10 days left to promote this huge event that I'm going to make so much money at. I'm asking working professional drag queens to drive 50 minutes, let's be honest, an hour, to drive out to Fernandina to a gig they have to promote on their socials every day leading up to the first weekend of Pride season. They are not given a guarantee. They are told, direct quote from the guy, lucrative opportunity at an upscale resort island with more money than God, filthy rich gay folks ready to party after Pride, 75% of the door, heavy tips, guaranteed sold out. You have not sold out a room in 26 years, but guaranteed you're going to sell it out at Fernandina Pride. Okay. So we have to take the word of the promoter, ignoring the fact that he's retired, hasn't promoted a show since Bush was in office, and is super into Trump, that we are going to sell out. Let's assume 50 people show up. Let's assume this upscale venue at a resort only takes 25% of the door. They won't. They're going to start at 30. And if they're willing to negotiate, you might get 25 to 20. But if it's truly upscale, like upscale, they'll have a whole system for renting it that would include paying a room fee and a door cut. If it's upscale enough to host a wedding, they certainly aren't going to waive that fee for gays in the month of June. But let's assume they will. I'm going to be generous and say 50 people show up. 2 weeks notice, and with the best efforts, we get 50 people to agree to pay $35 fucking dollars. Maybe we let some people in free to make the room feel packed, but for all intents and purposes, $35 from 50 people. That is $1,750. Then you would take $437. This is barely a dent to a resort venue, but I fucking digress. 1,313 remaining. Let's assume my promoter, who's basically had me do everything, and his only real contribution was probably telling his small circle of buddies about it. Or if he even did that, he likely just takes credit for the idea and knowing the venue owner. Let's say he's ethical and he takes an even split with me and the other 3 drag queens. I don't think he would, but let's say he is. 5 people split $1,313. But wait! $345 was promotional material. So now we have $968 split at 5 ways. That's $193. So my base pay to do this gig that I had to promote and do all the legwork on for Chuckles is only going to pay me $193. But tips, I'm going to be generously tipped. Let's talk about tips. Very wealthy people do not carry cash. Not like that. They just don't. A 30-person brunch in the Northeast can get you $80 to $175 in tips. Sometimes Northeast Florida. I don't know how it is everywhere else, but I can just tell you about here. Sometimes a lucky someone will get a $100 bill from someone, but that's only happened to me about like once or twice in 20 years of doing this. So my estimate, based on doing this shit for a really long fucking time, is I'd walk out of that event and I can stress enough that what I'm about to tell you is a best case scenario. I would only really walk out of that event with $200 to $300. Now, I'm not saying that's not a lot of money. That is a lot of money. That is a lot of money. It's good money. I can fix something on my car. I can pay a bill. I can buy groceries. I can also probably fill up my gas tank. I just got new tires on my car and they were $800 fucking dollars. Okay. So, that car has to take me to a gig, and also gas is more expensive than it's ever been because we're, at war with the Middle East again for no reason. Okay. So if I were a 26-year-old who was just trying to like play Drag Race and feel like I'm the shit, yeah, that would be a lot of money and I would really feel like a rock star. But I'm a grumpy 36-year-old transsexual woman who's really, really, really tired of that kind of shit. So, producing a high stakes event with some clueless red pill that doesn't respect gay people for 2 whole fucking weeks for half the cost of my brand new fucking tires, less than. And dude assumes I've never seen $300 after a gig. So of course he calls it lucrative. Thank you, someone's dad from Fernandina, for giving me a shot to make less than I usually make at my job. Awesome. Fucking crack rocks for all. This is why it smells like goddamn creepy crawler machine everywhere you go. Because guys like this be smoking rocks. And I don't know if they're actually lighting up the fucking white rocks. But I promise you, spiritually, these people are fucking crackheads. And I've actually known crackheads who were more reasonable and legit and not shady with their money. I've known people, I shouldn't even say crackhead. I've known people who smoke crack who I can trust more than whoever the fuck this shithead is. And I'm sorry to be calling you a shithead. I'm gonna be 100 with you. Someone's dad from Fernandina who hit me up. you did your best to be polite when you hit me up. I'm going to give it to you. You really were on your P's and Q's, but you're a fucking asshole spiritually for thinking I don't respect gay people. I don't respect trans women. And I know nothing about what goes through their lives, what they go through, what this administration has done to them, or even what goes into producing the art form that clearly a lot of people love, that generates a lot of money, this industry. And someone who's worked in it for 20 years, clearly you don't fucking respect them. So I really don't give a damn if you Dear Abby'd the letter. I don't care how polite the letter was. You're a fucking asshole. Get out of my DMs, pop. You got what you fucking deserved. And you can tell all your buddies how terrible and trans I am. You can tell everybody I'm some man or some boy or whatever the hell you want to say. I don't care. We had one mutual friend in common, and they only knew you because they met you one time because a friend of a friend, you're their dad. Fucking confetti. So that's what I mean when I say Pride Month hasn't even started and they've already fucking tried it, because these people really just surprise you every fucking time. Let's take a break. Have you ever gone to Chili's and thought to yourself, where are all the gay people? Have you ever gone to Applebee's and said out loud, this mama could be a little bit more fierce? Have you ever pondered while eating chicken wings, damn, these are good, but I don't want to spend more than 75 cents on them? Well, guess what, all you rusty doorknobs and plastic key fobs? All your dreams are coming true this June at Tallulah Bistro. Thursdays at our Jax Beach location and Fridays at our Springfield location, we have launched the Tallulah Bistro Review, which is a fantastic floor show with some of the best drag talent in the Northeast. And I brought some bitches from somewhere else, too. When y'all come to Tallulah, we will make sure it's that friendly neighborhood bar and restaurant vibe with a great menu, good people, drinks that'll get you there, and a drag show that is fierce and memorable, and it smells good too. I told the girls they got to wear perfume and body spray, the drag kings too. Come on out to Tallulah Bistro this summer. I would love to see you, and as always, make time for Tallulah. I want to thank you all for tuning in to Deluxe Public Radio with BeBe Deluxe, a weekly podcast where I talk about it. And I'm still going to talk about it. I would love if you're watching on YouTube, if you could like, comment, and subscribe. But if you're doing it on any of the other podcasts, I don't know what stuff you're supposed to do. They won't let me look at the reviews. I have no idea how to do it. Sorry about it. Tell your mother. I love y'all. Stay safe.